What are we drinking today? I've got
Well, I'm sad, so
the spring edition.
I love the spring edition.
So good.
I have multiple blisters on my legs because I got burned by vegan butter.
Can you see this? The sun's just gone in, and now we have, like, spooky vampire lighting.
Perfect! The sun was like, let me set the scmy
Except now that the red is reflecting off my glasses in a way that I don't love. Now I have to adjust all the lighting again, and the sun will... Ugh! Oh my god, no, don't flash. Oh my god. Okay. Ugh, whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Or I'll just hold it here the whole time. That
Or
works,
you like
right?
hold it under your chin so that you like...
Oh.
Yes.
It's such a bad evil law. Out of practice. My balloons!
Now I have cat hair in my lip gloss. Or maybe it's my hair. I don't know.
I mean, we're
This
both
is-
cats deep down.
This is the worst thing to have happened to anyone ever. The horrors persist, but so do I.
Sometimes you just gotta keep
It's gotta keep on keeping.
on keeping.
Okay. Do we want to give it a go? Do we want to pretend that we're
Yes.
doing this? I don't even know what I'm saying.
Neither do I.
There's lipstick on my glass.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get it on my Red Bull can.
Classy. We are the epitome of classy.
I love this though.
Okay.
Ma.
I was thinking that. I was just like, do I go like... Ma. Oh, I can't wait till we watch High School Musical. Are we ready? Yes, perhaps. Ready as we're gonna be, I guess.
I feel like this is the theme every time. It's like, are we ready? No. I mean,
But
it's not
we've-
like this is the 11th time we're doing this, but...
We've literally never been... Is it the
10th.
11th?
It's the 10th. This is the 10th.
This is
Happy
the 10th.
10th anniversary to us. That's how it works.
Let's
Hello.
go. Hello.
We're here.
Welcome. We are here.
Again.
Again.
Somehow.
Shocked gasps from the crowd? Is that how things work? To
I
the
think
crowd?
it's like 3 people, maybe. But yeah.
This is as good as it's gonna get, guys. One thing that people cannot accuse us of is not being our authentic selves.
That's
And
true.
That is messy.
Very messy, yeah.
But it is authentic. Okay.
So what did we watch this time?
I think maybe in our podcasting bones, we just don't want to talk about this. We watched
the beautiful, timeless, incredibly historically accurate, I'm sure.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
All of it. The whole way through.
All of it.
The whole movie. I'm getting the impression you hated it about as much as I did.
I did. I really did. I knew there was a reason I had no inclination on watching it before, and all of these reasons were confirmed to me today.
Yeah.
Now, I think I should make a note that, like, I watched the first 10-ish minutes yesterday, but I was also, like, a little bit drunk.
Did that make it better?
A little bit. The first page and a half of notes, I'm not responsible for.
I can't wait.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, directed by Timur Berkmambetov, I'm assuming is how it's said. Also, produced by Tim Burton.
Yes, that is, yes. I did also read that.
Look, if people have spare money, they can just give it to me.
I'm accepting donations. We should start a GoFundMe.
Go fund us.
Someone tag Tim Burton.
We can also make bad movies.
Like, exactly. Hit me up. You know where to find me.
We're down. Hey, we're sad and pathetic. We can do a Jim Carrey. So this movie stars Benjamin Walker, Rufus Sewell, Dominic Cooper, Anthony Mackie, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and Jimmy Simpson.
Those are all people. I have heard of one of them. I knew who the Falcon was.
Carried this fucking movie, let's be honest.
Carried this fucking movie.
I just love Jimmy Simpson ever since he played Mary Lightly on Psych. He's Speed.
I was horrified when I looked that up and realized that Mr. Speed is a real person. He existed and that was his name.
Real person?
He also had a real son called Willie, which is like, that's choice. What's your first note? Mine is nothing more American than a giant pointy phallus, because that is what I see when I see the pointy obelisk thing. I don't know what it is and I don't know what it's for.
I was actually going to first ask whether we wanted to do a synopsis, but
I think Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is all the synopsis it needs. I don't think we can say any more.
so true. Oh, it's the
It's
Washington,
the Washington Monument.
Often called the giant pencil.
Yeah, pencil is what we were all thinking. My bad. My next note is probably one of the only things I like about it. I liked the lighting and the colors
Yeah.
for the most part.
For them, it was very interesting.
It was colorful and also sometimes very dark and not colorful.
I read like my next note. And I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, it starts off with Abraham and his friend Will. Like, doesn't Will get attacked because Will is black? And then Daddy Lincoln comes to the rescue. My next note is go, Abraham, go. Now I'm questioning, like, is it because, like, the dad is low-key hot? So it's like, is that referencing, like, the fact that the dad's a bit of a babe? Or is it because it's baby Abraham?
Yeah, well, two things can be true at once.
Anyway, go, Abraham, go.
Go, Abraham, go. I wrote Avengers music, and I googled it later, and it was the same composer that did Captain America Civil War.
And then my next note is, who is this Willy Wonka type loser?
Mine was nice hat, horrible attitude, what a prick.
And then, so I guess the man is attacking the child, right? Again,
yes. I wasn't quite sure who was being attacked or why. It's just vaguely that, like, racism occurs and the Lincolns don't like it and the evil guy is wearing sunglasses, so he's obviously a vampire.
Yes.
Was what I took from that scene.
Daddy Lincoln apparently beats him up because I then wrote, Daddy Lincoln, I heart you. The opening of this movie, through my drunk eyes, I vaguely remember what's happening. Like, they fight, and then that night, or another night, the mother gets killed by a vampire. And my notes are insane. It's like, okay, Daddy Lincoln, I heart you. Then it's night and someone's entering.
Title of your sex tape. I wrote, oh my god, because when the vampire, like, looked up at him, I was like, ah!
I wrote, of course the creepy conductor would look up.
Like, there are so many stupid jump scares in this movie, and I'm mostly mad because all of them got me. I was like, this is fucking dumb and so predictable, and yet here I am every single time.
I can't with these notes. After creepy conductor, mother is done dying.
I thought she was gonna turn into a vampire and try to eat him. I was waiting for the jump scare, and it didn't happen. It's kind of anticlimactic.
Oh no, mother is dead.
I wrote, oh no, a lot of times. I wrote, oh no, his mum is a vampire, sad face, before she died. Followed by, okay, she's just dead. So we go from mother being dead, and then the next note I have is, like, the scene when he's at the bar, like, later, when he's grown up. I don't know if I missed anything in between.
No, I don't think so, because my notes go from, I need to look up who plays Daddy Lincoln, to, I want to kill this man specifically, mind your own fucking business. So I'm guessing that's when they're in the bar, and Henry walks up to, or, like, starts talking to him, and it's like, leave him alone.
Didn't this happen in So Undercover? I wrote, the British are here, he must be evil. I also found, like, not at this point in this scene, but later, I did find him quite attractive. I was like,
yes.
Ooh.
When they are, like, swinging swords, I was like, okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
My next note is, oh wow, okay, disappointed mother can relate. I mean, yes, but also we are lacking context.
We are lacking context. I'm lacking context. I've written, wow, he has no luck, and I don't remember what that was referring to either.
I then wrote, a sword would never.
Ah, I remember. It's when he went to try and kill the guy.
Right.
Because the whole thing was like, nobody gets this drunk unless he wants to kiss a girl or kill a man. and then...
Oh, yes, that's why I wrote, I want to kill this man specifically. Yes.
And he has an absolutely. He has an absolutely terrible time of killing the vampire, I think.
Right. Let's just put this out there. The entire time, he is not a good vampire hunter.
I think in this scene, he didn't know that the guy was a vampire, which is like, really?
Yes.
With that hat and those sunglasses? Like, I thought we all knew.
I thought it was established that this is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Right. I was like, how did you not know this guy was a vampire?
Did you not
saw
read the
him
script?
juice your mother. But yeah, so he has it's not a lot of success, and then he thinks he's killed the guy with a bullet through his eye, which stays there for the rest of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he throws his gun in the lake, which is like, don't do that.
Yeah.
What if there's more?
I have a couple of notes. They're not particularly groundbreaking. The first one is yeet.
I wrote that later.
But I guess that somebody flew. I have a couple of yeets.
All of the fight scenes have a lot of yeeting.
Yeah.
I love it. It's silly.
And then my next note is, so is he a vampire? Is that established? Again, like you said, sunglasses, city
It's
hat.
the sunglasses. Like, anyone that wears sunglasses and a hat is obviously a vampire.
Clearly. And then I wrote, yeet, underlined. And I think this is when he yeets the gun in the water, because I'm like, I don't think forensics was a thing back then.
I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, he threw it in the water.
Yeah. And then
Bad
I wrote,
move.
okay, yes, vampire, bullet, not silver. Because I guess he comes back to life.
Yes.
And then my next note is, yeet?
I didn't really see, I was just like, oh, see, you're getting attacked again. Guess I was writing something down, or I just was looking at something else. It wasn't such a riveting movie. But yeah, I registered that he got attacked again, and then he woke up in a bed, and I was like, oh, is it all a dream? Did he have a nightmare about vampires? Because he's a vampire hunter.
I wrote down that he woke up in Dorian Gray's bedroom, and I'm guessing that's just like a comment on the interior decoration.
Yeah, probably. I don't remember what it looked like.
And then my next note is, why is everyone yelling?
I wrote, ew, oh no.
And then there's an O. But I don't...
He walked in on hot British guy and some girl in the bathtub.
True.
Making some, you heard sounds in the movie, and they did sound like violence, not like...
Yeah.
I know that sometimes it's hard to distinguish between the two.
Those were pretty distinguishable. I feel they didn't sound like sex sounds.
No, I didn't think so, right? But, okay, whatever. We don't know what this guy's into.
My next note is, I fear I may be in love with Henry. He's pretty, also, he can fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. After we'd established that this was the guy's house and he saved him from the other guy, his arch nemesis, I wrote, oh, a vampire buddy, because he was putting on sunscreen and he was wearing sunglasses. And I'm like, vampire.
See, I just thought he was cool.
Vampire! How did no one know this? Anyway, that's apparently a spoiler that nobody saw coming.
In hindsight, yes, it does make sense. I just thought that this guy was just stylish.
I just assumed that everyone wearing sunglasses was a vampire.
Yeah, see, I did not have that thought.
I mean, they look like vampires.
It was only later. I was just like, why is everyone wearing these stupid sunglasses?
They're pretty goofy, that's true. Handsome Henry is like, vampires are real. The guy has a whole moment. The guy, Abraham Lincoln, has a whole moment.
The guy.
Where he's like, vampires killed my mother? Somehow doesn't believe that, even though he saw it happen.
He literally saw it happening, yeah. And he also shot the man. The man did not die.
And then he came back to life and looked like a vampire. And yoked him across the... Yeah, anyway, there's a whole thing. And Henry's like, I will teach you to kill the vampires. But you must not have any joy or fun in your life. He said, I've written it down, cast aside all notions of vengeance. Because I was like, I could never. I was like,
yes.
No, I'm out for revenge.
I feel like casting aside vengeance and becoming a vampire hunter don't mix. Then I wrote, I too vampire hunt as a hobby. And R.I.P. Henry, you would have hated Twilight. But I guess he's not dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then also, them sunglasses though. And then I also wrote, who the fuck is Jack Bartz? Which is, just proves how...
Jack Bartz.
He's the vampire from the beginning.
Well, his name. This is why I've been referring to him not by name. My next note in all caps is blunderbuss. Pick the blunderbuss, followed by flame. Because he's choosing his vampire hunting weapon.
Yeah, the axe was a choice. I was like, surely there are better suited weapons than an axe.
The blunderbuss! You have a choice to play with a blunderbuss and you just squander it for an axe.
I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I'm not entirely sure what a blunderbuss is.
Big old gun.
I mean,
and also just the name
is fun and all, but like, it's literally the last thing I would choose to hunt a vampire.
I for one would be using a blunderbuss, or since it's 2026, maybe a bazooka. Silver missile.
Those would be expensive though. Like in this economy?
Never mind. I think I've got some butter knives in the kitchen. Maybe I can spare one. This is my vampire butter knife.
I guess Henry starts training Abraham, right, to become a vampire hunter. I mean, that's what I'm assuming happens I know this scene happens because that's when I turned the movie back on this morning. But one of my notes is, Abe, you low-key suck.
that could be from any point in the movie.
It's very true.
There's the whole, like, chop down this tree in one go with your shitty axe.
That's why Loki sucks, because he can't chop down the tree, I think.
And he's like, that's impossible. And the guy's, Handsome Henry, is like, what do you hate most in the world? And it goes through a whole thing, and then eventually, after failing several times to knock down the tree in one hit, he has like a kind of Hulk moment with like all the superhero special effects and everything while the tree's falling, and I'm like, this is ridiculous, this is absurd. For one, that still wasn't one hit, because you had a bunch before that.
Right.
It doesn't count. I'm surprised Henry let that one slide. And then the tree just and I wrote, we're lucky that didn't land on anyone. Don't you take safety precautions when you're chopping down trees? I mean, it was a big tree.
I mean, they're vampire hunters. I don't really think that they're taking any precautions, as has been repeatedly proven throughout this movie. But also, this was like the 1800s. There were like 20 people around, and they're all vampires.
At least in America. And then you get like the kind of scene of him twirling his axe around.
Yes.
Like, and I'm like, how have you not chopped off a limb by now?
The axe spins in them suspended pantaloons, though. Because he's just, like, wearing those... What are they called? Breeches? Briefs? Because he's got them pantaloons and...
Them pantaloons.
Them pantaloons.
Ye olde trousers. Yes.
And just, like, the axe spinning while wearing those.
It was unfortunate.
And then...
Daddy Lincoln, he is not.
No. And then I think they go to a bar at some point and they see Jack Bartz again and he wants to kill him. Henry's only way of stopping him is to bash his face in. Honestly, the first 15 minutes of this movie is poor man Abe with like 3 black eyes somehow. He's
everything going wrong, yeah.
He's going through it. Like, please give my man a rest. He's not my man, he's
just a man.
He is a man.
He also gets a vampire history lesson with all of the, like, this is this vampire, this is hot vampire mommy, this is vampire slave owner.
Vampire baddie? Like, come on.
She is stunning. I'm like, okay. By far the most attractive person in the movie. They also coat the axe in silver, which... Yes. I wrote not to pick holes, but isn't there a reason that axes are not made of silver? Because I'm like, for one, if you want to sharpen it, you're gonna have to shave down the silver that you just put on it. I think they just kind of went, you know what, to hell with realism in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter is not necessarily famed for its realism.
No. But yes, obviously, there's movies that are, like, unbelievable but still try to make it plausible, and then there's movies that just say reality's just, like, out the window anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely one of them. And then, time jump, he goes to Springfield, Illinois.
And the Simpsons theme starts playing.
And he has one job, to hunt vampires and not fuck babes. Why did I say that? His rules are no attachments. So of course, what does he do other than get attached to the first woman who walks into the store?
Literally like the first woman he sees.
He arrives and he comes across Speed.
Mr. Speed!
Jimmy Simpson, who is throwing a man out of his store and telling him that if he comes back, he will turn his balls into a coin purse.
He says, I'll have your balls as a coin purse, and I love it.
Yes, I was like, you know what? Same, Jimmy, same.
I will save that threat in case I ever need it. I've also written down that Abraham Lincoln comes in all mopey and is like, hey, I need a room, but I spent all my money on books, so I don't have any. To which I wrote,
play about us?
I can fully relate.
After seeing him literally throw a man out on the street, he's like, I'm gonna be friends with you.
Nice.
He gets to stay in like a room above the shop in exchange for working in the shop and stocking shelves. He meets Mary and her awful fiance, racist and awful fiance, Douglas something, or like his last name is Mr. Douglas. And also at the same time he gets his first letter from Henry that he is an assignment and he has to go.
Comically small and not at all subtle. He wrote this down because I'm like, sorry, can't you just write a normal sized normal letter?
No.
Do you want to be any more obvious about like the secret shit going on? It irritated me. Why so small?
Because actually it was carried by Luna and she can't carry letters that big. So he goes on his first assignment to kill a pharmacist. Immediately fails. Gets powder blown in his face. Gets hung up to the ceiling. Head
through like the handy dandy trap door that's just conveniently there.
Yeah, I wrote he's not very good at this.
He hesitated. He should have just been like, whack, done.
Yes.
But he hesitated and he ended up upside down, hanging from a rope.
Maybe he should have trained in actual vampire hunting instead of axe spinning. He does, however, somehow free himself. I don't...
Abs of steel is what I've written, because he, like, wiggles, he does, like, a little wiggle shimmy, and he gets his knife, and he cuts his rope, and, like, slices the guy's throat or something, with just his mouth with the knife in it, and then he does, like, the most epic crunch, all the way up to above his feet, so he can cut the rope with the knife in his mouth. He must have been doing crunches or something.
Yeah, I mean, what else is he doing?
I guess that's part of Henry's training regimen.
My next note is, okay, well, he's dead, I guess. They get invited to a ball, a dance, at Mr. Douglas's house. Abraham Lincoln goes and acts as conspicuous as anyone could possibly act. Oh, that's why he's not very discreet. Because also there's like 3 people discussing the fact that the pharmacist has been missing. They're not talking to him. They're just like, oh yes, this man, he's been gone. And then someone is like, oh, is it junior or senior? And then he just like, junior.
Then sidles on by, but on his merry way, and nobody cares.
They're like, who is that? And it's just like, shut the fuck up. Why are these people just such bad spies?
It's pretty bad. And then he's like trying not to be near the pretty lady.
Yeah, he's just sat on the sofa.
Alone with his plate of snacks, which is honestly me at every party I've ever been to.
Such a mood. They just start openly flirting and dancing together at her fiance's party.
I know, it's like, guys, it's a ginger boy.
It's
Fredo.
a stinky man.
He's here. Hello, hands. Oh, he says I came for snuggles, not struggles.
So they are at this ball in Springfield. We kind of get this time skip montage thing where he's killing more vampires, and I'm just like, how many fucking vampires are hiding out in Springfield, Illinois in 1837? Because he is decimating the population.
I know. There are a lot of like cheap jump scares, and annoyingly I screamed every time.
Also, it felt like a much longer montage for him to, at the end, be like, oh, I've killed like 6 vampires.
I only wrote 2 down, I think. There was one in a bank and one, it was like a blacksmith where he was like...
Yeah, where he just like...
The bellows. It was very funny. I thought that was hysterical.
Cool. That was a power move.
Then
they're having a picnic.
A lovely, quaint country picnic.
Which I was just like, is she not engaged to the other man? I mean, I guess not anymore, but...
Right?
She went to being publicly engaged to that man to just like picnicking with
another man.
Shopkeeper.
But I want to go on a picnic so bad.
Oh my god, we
this
should
is
go
like
on a
so
picnic.
immaculate picnic vibes.
He's telling her that he is a vampire hunter, which is why he's falling asleep on her lap. And she's like, ha ha ha, you are so funny.
Which other movie did this happen in where someone was like, I'm gonna tell the truth, and the other person is like, ha,
so
ha, ha,
undercover.
Ha, ha. Yeah. It's the same fucking film. It's the same fucking movie.
So undercover coded. So he takes her home, and she is short.
No, but you forgot about Basket Dog.
Oh, right, Basket Dog.
He's got the picnic basket, and he's going, ruff, 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 which is incredibly goofy and dorky, but kind of adorable.
She wants to kiss him goodnight, but she is short. And so she takes his hat off his head, which, again, if she is short, how could she reach? I wouldn't know, I'm not short.
Arms?
No. And then she just stands on the hat.
This pissed me off so much. I wrote, I don't know what that hat is made of,
yes.
But it's or either that or she weighs absolutely nothing at all. There's no way. That is not how hats work.
As someone who regularly sees why cats step on things and then just cave in, despite even George weighing 4 kilos. You're telling me that this top hat can support like a woman?
Milliners of the world, please weigh in on the hat physics. I've written, oh no, it's his arch. His arch. Oh no, it's his arch. Oh no, it's his arch nemesis. The evil vampire bullet eye man is hiding in the bush.
He comes back, and I was just like, white, go away.
He's there like,
you're ugly.
Now yes. I know that you have a person.
You have an
inappropriate attachment.
Yes, you literally had 2 jobs. Kill vampires, don't get attached, and
failed at both.
Yeah. My next note is that the guy from The Holiday? And it is. The big bad daddy vampire, Adam, is the man who broke Kate Winslet's heart in The Holiday. The best character in the movie appears. arrives. Well, returns, but he wasn't played by Anthony Mackie before. Will, his friend from the beginning, arrives into the store.
With a casual law quiz.
This last sentence sounded like I've never spoken English before. Arrives into the store. We can language.
We know how it works.
So he's back at the store. He's stocking shelves and a man walks in, and that man is none other than his best friend, whom Daddy Lincoln saved from the big bad vampire years ago, and it is Will.
Mm-hmm.
You Marry Me. Played by Anthony Mackie. He's genuinely the best character in this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Henry.
Yes.
Mr. Speed sees a black man walk into his store, and he's kind of like, his reaction is a little bit like, on one hand, he's not being like overtly racist, but also he's like, Abe, how dare you leave with your black friend when you should be stocking the shelves for this store that is entirely empty, save from Mary occasionally walking in, apparently. They leave.
They go to, like, he's like, I need a document saying I was born.
Right, yeah. True, because Abraham Lincoln is studying law at the time, and so
he needs legal help.
He needs legal help because he was born a free man, not a slave, and however, the laws fucking suck, and people don't believe that he is not a slave. They start fighting two white guys. Well, the two white guys start fighting them, and then they get thrown in jail. Mary is there. She looks at them, says a couple things.
She was there to break them out, basically, with her political connect. I know what words are.
We know English.
Networking happened.
Yes.
I've written something down which I feel like I need to say, because, like, she's there and, like, they're talking, and Auntie Mackie is like, you're great, and also
and he's too ugly for you.
He's too ugly, to which she says, I think common-looking people are the best in the world, which is basically like, yeah, no, I know, but
he's ugly, but he's tall.
It's pretty much that. She really did just say, like, don't worry, I like ugly men.
Fredo, I love you, but my entire face right now is covered in cat hair.
Tokens of his love.
I have something in my eye, but I can't even, like, wipe it because I have cat hair on my hands and cat hair everywhere. He's out lobbying on his little wooden box, and everyone's like, yes, groundbreaking, no racism, totally, humans are equal.
Henry is mad about it.
Handsome Henry shows up, and he is mad, because he's like, dude, you're supposed to be keeping it low-key, not getting attached, hunting vampires, and Abraham Lincoln is doing everything but.
He's like, do you see how you're doing the exact opposite of everything I told you to do?
And then I found this just completely ridiculous. He gets a silver pocket watch, gets it engraved for the specific purpose of handing it to Abe and being like, it's time to kill Bart's. And I hate
the pocket
so
watch
much.
confused me so much. I didn't get it.
Served no purpose other than Abraham's downfall, basically.
Abraham was like, you keep telling me to kill vampires, but they're never the one I want to kill. Me. And Henry was like, he knows about Mary. It's time. And the pocket watch is meant to indicate that somehow. And I'm like, huh?
Other than, like, underlining the it's time, and then later kind of leading the vampires back to him, it's entirely useless. He goes to kill Bart's.
Abraham fucking Lincoln. What Bart says when he sees him. My next note is, that's not how you ride a horse.
Mine is, now they're running with horses. I have so much hatred for this scene.
I kind of loved it.
So for context, for the vast majority of people, I'm assuming, who haven't seen this movie, this man maybe has like a couple horses in a field. He starts running with them. Then we get like a shot from above. There's now like maybe 100 horses.
So many horses.
And then we are running with these horses. We are kind of riding the horses. We are getting trampled by the horses. What? At one point, the vampire
horses are getting thrown.
Yeah, horses are getting thrown, and the horses never end. And they're all really bad CGI. Like their faces, they're all just like, ugh. And it's just like, that's not what horses look like. And there's so many of them. Why so many?
I loved this scene. It was so fucking stupid. It was like, it was so ridiculous. It went from being like, this is dumb, to being, this is so dumb. I love it.
I hated it so much. Because
Abraham gets on a horse and is riding the horse, and then the big bad man, whatever his name is, Bart's is like riding two horses at once in the middle.
No, yeah, he's got like his arms around them, and then he kind of, he like shoves them down, and they fall, and then the horse that Abe is riding has to like jump over. And because Abe is riding bareback and not holding onto the horse, he's getting yeeted.
The other thing is, like, the horse got yeeted, and then I don't know if this happened, but the horse just gets flung, and then he gets on it and it stands up again, and I'm like,
this man, the vampire Bartz, a horse comes charging towards him. He grabs the horse's hind leg and he starts swinging that horse like
I found that quite upsetting. That I thought was quite...
Well, they're all CGI, but
I know,
yes.
but obviously he wasn't really picking up the horse and fucking the...
You don't know
that real?
No, yeah, I was just like, no, like, not the legs.
I know, it's like...
But yeah, so he's swinging this horse like no, it's not a javelin. Is it the shot put? No, what's the thing that you just kind of like swing and then it's like on a... and then you go...
I have a vague idea, like an image, but I have no idea what it's called.
Yeah, so you spin it around and then you go...
The spinny yeet sport.
We know sports. He spinny yeet sports to the horse. This is just like, what? Okay,
alright, let's go.
Everyone else is running, gotta keep... And it's just like, not only have we gone from 4 horses to 100 horses to 1 billion horses, but also how fucking long is this field?
The horses do not
they're just
obey
galloping
the laws of
through.
Physics. Reality cannot contain these horses.
I was so confused because they're not wild horses. They're in a field behind the shipping yard. But now there's like 7,000 of them. Horses are expensive. Horses need space. How much fucking money has gone into...
I did not understand the horse physics or the horse economics of the situation. Like, I have a lot of horse-based questions, but it was one of those things where it's like so fucking stupid that I'm like, yeah, this is fucking funny.
So my notes for this scene are just, what in the CGI horse? What the actual fuck? How big is this field? And how many fucking horses does this man have? And then you can't jump from horse to horse. Because, like, at one point, Abraham Lincoln is just, like, jumping from horse to horse. He's just, like, running over horses. You can't do that. That's not how physics work.
No, at the very least, not without a great deal of practice. Like, maybe at the circus.
And you'd need the horses to be coordinated. You're expecting me to believe that this man can just go, like, yoop, yoop, from horse to horse? Just, like, hopscotching?
No.
And then they fall off a cliff, and the axe turns into a gun.
That pissed me off so much. I was like, I thought you didn't want a gun. I thought the whole point was that you didn't know how guns worked, and you wanted the stupid axe, and now you're telling me you've hidden a gun in it. What else are you lying about? Fucking men.
This is why we don't trust men. They say they have an axe. Turns out the axe is a gun.
Unbelievable.
Then Mr. Bartz leaves him with a cryptic message. He's like, we're everywhere. Ask your friend Henry. For people who are actually paying attention, like you, who have already surmised that Henry is a vampire, you're like, validated. I was there like, is Henry a vampire? And then literally next scene we see this man assaulting a woman and then Henry is eating the man, which valid.
I'm like, oh, he's a good vampire then.
He's an ally, feminist ally. We love him.
If vampires only eat rapists, I'm here for it.
It's like the Cullens, but like he's like a vegetarian vampire in the sense that he only eats assholes. But yeah, so my notes literally go from I just
You heard it here first, folks. Handsome Henry eats ass.
Today's episode is a fucking train wreck.
Oh no.
I said, and I didn't hear what I said for like 2 whole minutes, and then I'm like, oh, wait.
I'm just like losing my mind waiting for you to figure out what you just said.
Anyway, Henry's an
I'm
ass-eating
crying.
vampire. Literally, mascara isn't waterproof, but it's holding up pretty well.
Mine. Neither is mine. I'm trying not to look at you, because if I do, I'll start laughing again.
Well, that's really unfortunate given that we're on a video call. So then we find out about Henry's life.
Backstory.
Tragic backstory, where his hot girlfriend got eaten by daddy vampire.
And he has, like, a whole scene where he's getting all stabby, which is, like, extremely attractive.
Yes. My note literally just says fight scene. My note right before this is that it doesn't seem very vampiric to just be horse riding in the sun with the boys. That's how they get accosted. It's just vampires horse riding.
Vampire highwaymen.
In the sunlight, chilling with the boys.
Out for a ride with the bro.
That's not how vampires be vampiring.
They weren't even wearing sunglasses. Or were they? I don't remember.
One
At least one of them
know.
probably was.
The
They probably were.
daddy vampire, probably.
Daddy vampire.
And I say daddy, not in the Daddy Lincoln kind of way, but in the, his name is Adam. He fathered the vampires.
Who can spin while he eats people, which I thought was very whimsical.
Why is he twirling her around like that?
I did not understand at all. I didn't get it. And then I wrote, like, I guess after being a vampire for a while, you gotta keep it interesting somehow. Because I guess it might get boring, but I don't really get it.
No,
like, I don't spin while I'm eating, even though I've been alive and eating for a long time.
Well, maybe you should try that.
Maybe
I might try that with my ramen that I'm gonna make tonight, probably.
Get messy.
Yeah.
Slosh. I also wrote suggestions for other things he could try to keep his blood-sucking interesting, like juggling. Or a weird floppy two-person handstand is what I wrote down. I don't know. I think I was getting bored of the movie. I don't think I thought it through in that much detail.
And then we find out
physics are weird.
Yes, because vampires can't kill vampires. My note is, I think the Volturi would disagree.
I didn't hate that. I didn't hate the whole vampires not being able to kill vampires thing. The next note says, ominous aptly timed thunderstorm.
This is actually the story that Henry is telling. Why do I want to call him Josh? He gives off Josh vibes.
I see what you mean. I don't know why, but I do
Josh
see
Brad
it.
Lincoln. Abe leaves Henry just like lying in the alley. He's just like, fuck you, I never want to see you again. We're not friends anymore.
I just don't understand how he was surprised that this guy was a vampire. The sunglasses, he was wearing sunglasses
I was
earlier.
surprised, but admittedly I was drunk.
You have an
when
excuse.
I met him. Suddenly it's raining. Abe goes home, back to the store. Someone is creeping up on him. And it turns out it's Mary. But it's like, why would you sneak up on someone like this? And he almost kills her.
He does. He screams in her face and he almost kills her.
He was taking the axe out. Honestly, valid, because why the fuck are you sneaking up on someone like that when you could literally have just like called out to him?
It's like so undercover all over.
Yeah. And then he proposes in
She's
the
like,
store.
what are you hiding? And
it's like, other than an axe.
Instead of just being like a big axe, he's like, will you marry me?
Well, see, the last time he tried to tell her about the vampire hunting thing, she was just like, haha, you're so funny. So he proposes. Next shot, they're married.
It's like, wasn't she already engaged? Is like my question. I was like, what happened to your engagement to this other guy? Is it that easy to just...
Was like, again, was she not engaged to that Douglas guy? And he's just...
That's just not a problem anymore.
I don't know.
I wrote, men will literally get married to avoid telling women the truth. A tier, at least on the bad boyfriend list.
They're getting married. Henry's there.
With wild hair.
With wild hair. And Abe was like, haha, this is my good friend, business associate. Your business associate of stocking shelves? But
yeah.
Actually, it turns out he's an attorney at law now. Like,
yeah, we glossed over that. The movie glossed over that a bit.
The movie just went from, hey, I'm proposing to you in the store that I stock shelves at, to, hey, we're married and I'm a lawyer.
I guess that they didn't feel the need to include any of the, like, real history because they assumed people would know it. Then again, I don't know if that's real history.
I think they have taken liberties with the real history.
Which bit in particular do you not think really happened?
I think the horse swinging.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think horses worked like that.
I actually just don't think horses exist. And then we cut to the vampires going to the other vampire funeral, or like they are finding the body.
I thought like the coffin with the rose petals was very glamorous.
Yes, but also I'm kind of confused about the timeline because this murder happened like 3 hours ago. He's gotten a whole marriage and law degree in the meantime, and we're only just now.
That's a very good point.
The vampire, Mr. Bartz, is holding the silver pocket watch with Abe's name engraved in it. I think Abe makes a comment that like, oh, they don't know who I am. Then it's like, surprise, surprise, they do.
Surprise! And they're gonna throw him a party.
And they're gonna throw him a party at their plantation in New Orleans. So not only do they throw a ball, but they also kidnap Will to get him to come to the plantation party.
I gotta say, I love the dramatic flair, though. Like, yeah, I want to kill this guy. I'm gonna invite him to a party.
Honestly, it's a mood. And then they have like the weirdest bull scene. Vampires are dancing with the slaves because they're about to eat them as Mr. Speed and Lincoln are driving through.
Yeah, Mr. Speed, who is now fully informed and up to date on the vampire situation.
Is he, or does he just think that things are weird?
I got the impression that he'd been told. At least that's what I've written down. Like, because I was also like, oh, he's just here.
Yeah, he's the one who received the invitation, or he brought the invitation to Abe. But yeah,
right, because they had their little chat, and no, I think he did know, because he was like, they're gonna kill you. Like, it would be a stupid idea. Like, you shouldn't go. So they're having the bull scene, and it turns into a fight scene. I wrote that I loved the ones in front of the painting.
That was cool.
That was cool. A really cool
that
shot.
That was uselessly dramatic, but that was cool.
It was a very cool shot.
So my notes for this scene are, what the fuck is this bull scene? What the actual fuck? Then how am I only halfway through this movie? And then yeet. This yeet specifically, what's his name? Josh. Abraham Lincoln. Keep calling this man Josh, but it's just
Abraham Lincoln.
It's just the vibes I'm getting from this man.
I get it, though. He does have Josh vibes.
So, Abraham Lincoln gets pinned down by baddie vampire.
The vampire mommy. After Mr. Speed just legs it. He looks through the window, and the impression I got at the time was like, he was just like, nah.
Like, so was he aware beforehand? Because he sees this all going down, and he's like, what the fuck?
The fuck? Yeah.
So he legs it.
Vampire mommy is having like a kinky moment with Josh.
She's doing her vigilante shit dance with the chair, pinning him down.
I love her. Best vampire.
And the yeet is because turns out Mr. Speed, he wasn't running away, he was running towards, and he bursts through the door. Horse carriage and all. We've already established that the horse physics in this are whack, but the carriage just kind of yeets vampire baddie.
The flailing is spectacular.
It's insane. There are no words to describe this scene.
Magnificent. A lot of yeets were yeeted in this film.
So many yeets.
Yeets got yote.
Exactly. Then they escape.
I've written, ooh, bats.
I don't remember the bats.
It wasn't significant to the plot, disappointingly. That's just while they were escaping, there were bats flying around the sky.
They escape and they find a random woman with a boat, and suddenly they are friends with random woman.
I kind of glossed over the rest of that scene. I was like, okay, they escaped. They're good. Then it's morning.
They go hide in a church.
They hide in a church.
And then vampire baddie comes looking for them, and Mr. Speed rings the bell.
Yeah, it's like, are you fucking stupid?
But they're in a church, and vampires can't come into churches, I believe.
I guess. That makes sense, actually. Because you can see that she's suspicious.
Yeah, but she doesn't walk in. And then, the whole holy water vampires. So I'm guessing, even though they were invited, the pastor was like, you're really big look. They have just escaped this plantation full of vampires who are hot on their tail, who are out for blood. Also, the vampire Adam wanted to strike a deal with Abe to be like, hey, I won't kill your friend if you kill Henry for me.
Abe was like, I don't want to kill handsome Henry or my friend.
Suddenly we're glossing over, and now we're doing a full-on politician.
Yeah, Henry is like, your priorities are wrong here, my friend.
Yes.
You cannot take on slavery, Abraham.
But most importantly, this is the part of the movie where I realized where I knew the actress for Mary from.
Mm-hmm.
She is Ramona Flowers in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. She is also in Final Destination 3. And she is married to Ewan McGregor.
No!
Yes.
This is what's shocking to me. Bear with.
Even the lights are shocking.
Even the lights be shooketh. Loons! Aww, jiggly cat. Jiggle that cat. Jiggle, 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 jiggle.
She's really just like, okay, I guess.
Shouldn't be a fat babby if you don't want to be jiggled. I'm currently lit.
Blaze it, I guess.
It's lit.
It's 4:20. Oh, well, it's 4:14.
Almost.
Give it 6 minutes. My next note is, okay, but what is this movie? Because genuinely, what is this movie?
He's taken a politics break from his vampire hunting career.
Putting aside childish things, like murder.
I would fight not with an axe, but with words and ideals.
Now that he has put aside the childish things, he is now man enough to grow the beard.
Yes.
Because I was actually also thinking this, like, just before, I was like, when does he unlock the beard? And I guess, level up! I guess he leveled up enough.
That's why he was killing so many vampires for the XP.
No time for vampire hunting when you've started a war.
I guess being president doesn't leave much time for being vampire hunting anyway, but also, like, parenthood, because he's got a whole ass child now.
I have notes. First of all, this man is allegedly 50. This man looks 70 fucking 5. Anthony Mackie, still fine though. The child, Lincoln did in fact have a child named William. He also had 3 other children, 2 of which died, 1 of which lived. But like, are we just completely ignoring the 3 other children? You can't really take artistic liberties about Lincoln having children.
And yet, I just got hung up on the name Willie.
Part of me was like, okay, well, did they name him after Will?
Maybe.
But then also, you're already building an obelisk. We know you like dick. And Henry eats ass.
Handsome Henry is secretly his vampire side piece.
Vampire baddie is in the house. She's pretending to be a
now
maid.
A hot maid.
Yeah. My next note is oh dear.
Yes. Mine is oh no.
Vampire baddie hot maid goes into Willie's bedroom and starts playing with him, and then she just kisses his arm.
That's a normal thing to do.
Because that's a normal thing to do to a child. And then he gets infected.
Vampire disease.
Vampire plague.
Vampiritis.
My next note is this never happened to Bella when Edward kissed her. And they find the pocket watch. And I was like, he really do be forgetting about that thing.
And he has a whole like dramatic moment about it.
He's very dramatic. He's like outside, just like sulking. And I was like, I genuinely do not understand the point of half these scenes. A lot of them just don't really make sense in any context. Like, they don't make sense in the vampire hunter context. They don't make sense in the Abraham Lincoln life story context. Anyway, the kid dies.
Moving on.
Then Henry's there.
Yeah, I wrote Hot Vampire Friend is back.
They start planning. They're also, like, mid-war. The Confederates ally themselves with the vampires. Because they're like, hey, we'll give you America if you help us win slavery.
And this guy is just fine with vampires existing.
Yeah.
He's like, this is fine. Sure. We also find out a little bit before that, I think, that Mary actually knows about the vampires.
Yeah,
because she read his journal.
Book. Yeah.
And she's like, you didn't tell me. And it's like, but he did. You just didn't believe him. He actually did tell you, though.
He did tell her, yes. Also, Henry does offer to make Willie a vampire. Abe is like, no, you can't do that to my child. And Mary's like, let him do it. And then they don't do it. Then we are led to believe that it is actually vampires who fought in the Battle of Gettysburg. I also noted that I was unsure about how I felt about them equating vampires with Confederates. At this point in the movie, all the soldiers kind of become vampire. You know, the vampires having their plantation and feeding off black people. It's kind of like, are we just trying to be like, no, humans aren't racist, it's only vampires? Like, I don't know how, I did not like that. Because the real monsters are human.
I gotta be honest, I don't think they put that much thought into it. Disappointingly, all I really wrote was that they were all wearing the fucking sunglasses.
That too. I was like, not these guys, like, going to war with
cool boys.
Sunglasses. After this devastating battle, Abraham Lincoln is having a very sad, awkward dinner with his wife, who hates him because their son is dead. And he's like, their bayonets have no more power than this fork. And it's like, actually.
So I've written New York mentioned. Because at some point, someone was being like, we should run the war from New York. It's like, even in Washington, we can't escape from New York.
They remember that silver kills vampires.
Yes, they have the genius idea.
They then collect all the silver in the country and melt it down.
All of it.
No more forks in America, is what I wrote.
True.
Then, Speed meets up with Vampire Baddie.
I've written Never Trust a Man.
I wrote Speed, what you doing? Then there's this very dramatic scene of Abe going to find the axe and picking the axe up.
I wrote dramatic superhero axe music. It was like a real Marvel moment. It's just so undercover, but for men. Someone says the war ends tonight, and I wrote, I'm glad, because I was getting bored.
Mood. Mary flees with someone.
Isn't it Harriet Tubman? in the Underground Railroad.
Not gonna lie, that was the one good part of the movie.
Yeah,
Like,
I loved
that
it.
line.
So
8.
good. So good.
So good.
I was so happy, but we haven't got there yet.
My next note is Anthony Mackie, the man you are. I guess at this point we are on the train because now they have a train full of silver, allegedly, going to war.
I wrote, Will, oh no, followed by pew in all caps.
The vampires start storming the train. They go for Anthony Mackie, Will, and he's just like double gunning,
Very
fighting
badass.
3 vampires at once. Honestly,
Fantastic.
carried
10
this,
out of 10.
carried this
I
movie.
love.
I also have a note because I had a thought and I was like, are they going to make John Wilkes Booth a vampire too? I have notes about this later. Then I'm like, Anthony, no. Anthony, yes. Lol, decapitation.
Drew, the head.
We get Abe Lincoln swinging an axe on a train.
An axe with a bayonet on the other end.
Yeah.
Which I love. It's like, fuck's sake. Like, this like, multi-tool axe pissed me off so much. It's like, you said you wanted the axe. Commit to your bad choice. Fucking bayonet.
You can't just Swiss Army knife your axe. Will kind of falls off the train, but Lincoln grabs hold of him, gets him back up, and then
That rock that his face almost hit is the
Yeah.
most terrifying thing in the movie. It kind of freaked me out. The axe also gets snapped in half
yes.
by an angry vampire.
Well, Adam actively snaps it, yes. And then I wrote Yas Henry. He's there suddenly. He's helping. And then I wrote that I cannot take a single one of these fight scenes seriously.
I wrote, yes, I also had a comment that the fight scenes in this movie are hilarious. Like,
Yeah,
so
they're
bad. So good, but so bad. Like, it's like, what are you doing?
yeah. And then it turns out that this was actually a setup. So Mr. Speed didn't rat them out to the
He's
vampires.
a good boy all along.
Yep.
Vampire baddie sets the bridge on fire. Which is
Yes.
exciting.
I actually wrote R.I.P. Speed because it was like, it's a setup, the vampires are gonna be mad at him, and then he got immediately killed by
Right, I remember the vampire being mad. At some point, Handsome Henry also says to Adam, like, Lincoln set us up. And I was like, hang on, are you the bad guy? I was really confused. I didn't get it.
Well, because Lincoln wasn't really happy with Henry at the time. He's not really Henry's friend anymore.
Hasn't forgiven him for being
Yeah.
a vampire.
I mean, same.
I gotta say, it was terrible, ridiculous, and the whole train scene I loved. It was like a fantastic action movie scene. No notes. Proper Marvel movie, like.
Handsome Henry holding on to the locomotive while they're just like...
It's very Captain America, which because there's
So
like that
good.
whole scene. I think it might be in the Winter Soldier, or it's in Civil War, like the Captain America Civil War, not the Civil War.
The other Civil War.
Where he's got the helicopter and he's holding the helicopter in the helipad, and you see his beautiful muscles.
I'm gonna be real with you, I haven't seen...
It's not a very good movie. Like,
Half
the Winter
the
Soldier
Marvel
was a good
movies.
movie. Anyway, it kind of reminded me of that.
Then that's when we get to literally the best moment of the movie. The one and only good moment of the movie. I don't remember what the initial dialogue was, and it's just like, where's the silver or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something
Where's the
like that.
silver?
And that is when Anthony Mackie Will delivers the line. He's like, this isn't the only railroad.
I love it. I was
like-
so happy. I was like,
That actually ate.
yes. I wrote OMG, I love, I love, I love.
It turns out that the silver was transported by the Underground Railroad.
Amazing.
But now we're in Gettysburg, and this Victoria-ass vampire baddie, like, she's hot, but she's pissing me off. Like,
ass vampire.
isn't Victoria in Twilight? You know, they're the like 3 vampires, and there's the redhead. Isn't her name Victoria?
I have no idea.
Well,
But
anyway,
I believe you.
she's the equivalent of this one. She was pissing me off because she's just like, she's there. She just blew up a fucking railroad,
Be everywhere. at the
and
same
now
time.
she's there. Mary shoots her, and she uses her necklace that has the little toy sword that her kid was playing with when he died, or before he died, and then she uses the necklace. I'm guessing the chain was silver because she uses that to like shoot this bitch.
I thought it was an excellent moment of poetic justice.
Yes, I did write that this is a power move.
It's exactly what I would do.
And then, as we know, because this is a historical fact, the North wins, the vampires are defeated. This is how history... Abraham Lincoln is holding a speech in a field. And I was so pissed off because there are about as many people in this field as there were horses in the other scene. And the field is about as big, and there are people literally in a different time zone at the other end of the field. And he's just kind of like, yeah, anyway, so I guess we beat the bad guys.
We
and then
won.
everyone's like, woo! Yay. And it's like, there is no way in hell that the people at the back of the field heard you. I can barely hear you. And you're on volume 35. It was more like 20. There is no way. The people at the end of the field heard you. So that pissed me off.
This was probably like afterwards, or it was in a voiceover, like he was explaining what happened to the vampires, and basically
They
like,
fled.
they fucked off to Europe and South America. And it's like, oh, thanks. Thank you for making the vampires our problem.
I wrote, if all the vampires fled, explain Twilight. Admittedly, half of them are British, but... So I was super disappointed in this ending, though, because he's finished writing, and Mary calls him. She's like, Abraham, we're gonna be late for the theater. And it's like, oh no, not the theater. And then they just cut. I was so disappointed. You had, like, the perfect opportunity to make, like, John Wilkes Booth or something, like, oh, actually, he was a vampire, or something like that. Or it's, like, revenge, or something like... That would have been so cool if it was, like, actually, surprise, bitch. And they don't do that. And then it's just like, time jump. And then this man is typing on an iPhone in portrait mode.
This, like, who are you and why are you doing this?
Genuinely.
No one does that. Like,
genuinely, that was reason alone to kill this man.
like, what? Of all the unrealistic things in this movie,
Like,
no one uses their phone like that.
it's like, look, I put up with CGI horses getting spin spun and yeeted at people. I put up with vampires. I draw the line at portrait mode typing. There's no way.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, but that's good. Like, it's like a kind of repeat of the, like, oh, nobody gets that drunk, and it's with Henry and this weirdo
And then he
man.
shoves him and a gun drops, and it's just like, oh, okay.
Literally the same scene, which is like...
So,
yeah. We also missed out that Henry wanted to make Abraham a vampire, and Abraham was like,
yeah,
nah,
he did. He
I'd
did
rather be
offer
dead.
that. That's true.
I thought it was cute.
And then he
It's like,
immediately
let's
gets
be
shot.
eternal boyfriends forever.
Rip.
But
Yeah, I know.
and then the credits roll, and Linkin Park plays. I was very underwhelmed by this movie. I was very disappointed. I didn't have high hopes to begin with, but I still was.
Yeah, I can't say I was underwhelmed. I think I was whelmed because this is like exactly what I expected and exactly why I didn't want to see this movie.
And yet you put it on the list. At least it came in under 2 hours. I would be
Just
like actively
under.
mad at you if it lasted longer than 2 hours.
Well, I'm not the one who made it.
I'd be mad at Luna for choosing it. Hello! Oh my god, George, I love you.
I like how she's like, yeah, I am here.
I love, oh my god, look at you. Oh, baby.
This movie is unfortunately exactly what I expected it to be, which was
Terrible.
the bar was low.
So what's your popcorn? Mine is that I ate all the popcorn during the train scene, and the rest, I was just asleep.
My popcorn rating is that this was 4 corns and 7 years too long.
Yeah, it's not a good movie.
It's not a good movie.
It's really not a good movie.
I'm sorry to everyone involved, but it is not a good movie. Do you have reviews?
I do. Alright. Do we want the good reviews or the bad reviews first?
Are there good reviews?
Some.
Oh my god. Let's hear the good reviews first.
Alright. 5 stars. Dorky movie. Kind of fun. Historical inaccuracy, however, as I am pretty sure this is not what he did.
Debatable.
There's another one, 5 stars. Comparing to Twilight, I kind of prefer this kind of vampire films. It's majestic, it's powerful, and the story are great. This is what a real president should become. One with the nation, one with his country, with his people, not be the person who attacks other countries for its own greed and power. We're getting a little bit political there. Did we watch the same movie? Like, I know that like, politics was there, but it wasn't really the focus. I don't know. I got a couple more good ones. Another 5 stars. Making a cult based on this movie. Comment if you want to join, or if you have me on Discord, DM me.
You know what? Count me in.
I've always wanted to join a cult. The last good review that I'm gonna read you is they didn't show this to me in history class, and as a result, I had to live for years thinking that my country actually had slaves. Now I know that it was the vampires who enslaved millions, genocided the Native Americans, committed every rape and murder, interned the Japanese, ignored AIDS, and elected Trump.
Makes sense.
Yep. Let me see what else I have. I found one that was 2.5 stars, but I thought it was funny. My mom is still super convinced that Abraham Lincoln was truly a vampire hunter. I cannot detect any sarcasm, but I'm hoping to God she is joking. Rip that guy and his mom, I guess. 1 star. 7 years ago, a vampire picked up a full-grown horse with its bare hands and forcefully hurled it at Abraham Lincoln amidst a massive stampede. That's history, people. 1 star. Did they make this to ride off Twilight's popularity? I don't think they have the same target audience.
And yet we are here.
And here we are. Another 1 star. I can't believe they had good enough cameras to film this documentary back then. Another 1 star. I had a flashback during this movie to a time when I was not watching this movie.
Girl, you and me both.
The last 3 are my favorite. 2 of them are related, and 1 of them is just very funny to me. 1/2 star for all 3. The first one says, horses were awesome. The other one, horses 10 out of 10. The last one, I'd rather us bring back slavery than to watch this bullshit again.
Damn. Oh my god. Oh, thank you. We got
So
one.
cooperative. That was quick.
Thank you. She was ready.
Was born ready.
What are we watching, Nunes? Please let it be something good. Because
Please, I'm begging you.
Promising Young Woman.
I'm actually so excited. I haven't seen it
Thank
yet.
you, Nunes.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this one.
A while ago, and it was fun.
So, like, I've been doing it like this the whole way through with the title on the top here.
Yeah.
Look what I just did.
Oh no. Why would
See?
you do that? You've just ruined your own life.
The whole notebook. I have to throw it in the fire.
You have to burn it now.
I have to burn it. It was going so well.
We have to just end the podcast now. Like,
That's
clearly
it, it's
we
over,
cannot
it's
keep
over, it's
going
done.
in these conditions. It's
I
gonna
can never look at
ruin
another
the
notebook
tour.
again. Do we have a snappy outro?
I hate this movie.
I did not like it either. I don't want to watch it ever again.
The snappy outro is...
We're sorry.
Yeah. If you're still here, thank
you. But we're sorry.
We apologize. We sincerely apologize. When I wrote it down, I kind of had, like, the hope that it would be just a hilariously bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so bad that it would be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad, but in a try-hard kind of way.
It took itself too seriously.
Yeah. It didn't quite cross over to that hilariously bad stage.
Except for, like, a couple of scenes.
But we learned a lot about history today.
We did. Like the fact that Abraham Lincoln was, in fact, a vampire hunter.
I preferred my accidental, like, the typo that my phone suggested. Because, dear reader, when we were discussing this movie, my phone wanted me to write Abraham Lincoln Vampire Husband. And I still think that this would have been a better
the
movie.
sequel with handsome
Burton.
Henry and
Burton, if you're watching.
the romance we didn't know we needed.
Plus, Vampire Husband makes so much sense with Henry. Like, come on.
It would be great. It could be about his secret affair with his
Tim
hot
Burton,
vampire
call us
lover.
up. Like, Tim Burton, if you're...
And it would be like, it would be great, especially because since they're both men, you wouldn't have the problem of like the horrific vampire baby at the end. Side-eye at Twilight.
We're taking a poll. Was the horrific CGI Renesmee baby at the end of Twilight better or worse than the CGI horses that God swung by the hoof and yeeted?
Let us know.
Choose your fighter, Renesmee or CGI horse. Thank you for sticking this one out.
Come back next time.
We sure didn't.
For a much better movie.